Okay, so for starters, One Piece 1002 was one of the most action-packed One Piece chapters in forever. I'm not even gonna lie, like, just the amount of insanity with the action was insane. Luffy going up against Kaido, Law taking a shot, Kid taking a shot, Killer, Zoro, Big Mom intercepting. It was just like, oh my gosh, Toei is going to have a stroke trying to animate this properly, because the amount of action is awesome and intense and insane. But also, one of the things off the top of my head that immediately comes to my mind when I'm reading this, based on everything I've seen so far, if you were to take Big Mom out of the equation, or vice versa, Kaido, I honestly feel as though this collective together, again, Zoro, Killer, Kid, Law, and Luffy, would have definitely been able to take down one of these Yonko, either Kaido or Big Mom by themselves. Not with these, but with what we've seen so far, they would have been capable. Like, just in this chapter alone, how many interceptions did Big Mom have? How many times that it was her lightning or her giving a warning to Kaido that was able to stop him from being completely obliterated? Again, don't get me wrong, it's not like the numbers are fair or whatever, but you go into One Piece and especially you hear about the Yonko from hundreds and hundreds of chapters ago, and you're like, oh man, you know, these monsters. So when you get to these monsters, and they're still very much so monsters, but you see the fact that, yo, there's actually a light at the end of the tunnel. I can imagine where I couldn't before. I can actually imagine a victory in sight now when I'm reading this chapter, especially 1002. I'm like, it could happen. Holy shit, I never thought it could. Let's talk a little bit of that One Piece greatness. The worst generation, baby. The worst generation.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, so quickly, I did want to address the cover page. I don't do that every single chapter or every single video, but I thought it was pretty freaking cool. If I'm not mistaken, it was Rob Lucci, and he was like feeding some pigeons somewhere or something. I want more Lucci. I would love to see a little bit more Lucci, and I'm imagining it will happen at some given point, but anytime we get more Lucci, I'm like, brings me some fond memories. Because we're not going to front like for the longest time we were screaming, and probably some people to this point still scream that Luffy versus Lucci is one of the best fights in all of One Piece, and who knows, maybe that was in Oda's mind when he was doing this. I know it's probably by request, but you think about it, he's putting in a lot of action in these chapters. What if his mindset was, yeah, I'm doing action. Let me think back to the times where I did one of the best fights in the entirety of the story. Rob Lucci, baby. But the chapter starts off and Kaido is roaring. He's like, meow. No, I don't know why I just made Kaido a cat. He's a dragon, goddammit. But Demolition Gust, and he's trying to blow the competition away, so to speak. And he already starts off by, which at the beginning of the chapter, I'm like, really? Really? Like, why Kid? Because he gusts off some of Kid's scraps, and Kid's like, well, thankfully it was just scraps anyway. It's not like it's a big deal. But yeah, I said in my last video, I'm gonna say it again, I don't want to see any more of the nonsense happening to Kid and Killer and those two in general, that side. So I was thankful that aside from that, and aside from something that happened with Killer later on in the chapter, for the most part Kid did get his digs in, and it wasn't like, you know, abusing of Kid, because I felt as though like Kid has been looked at a little bit like, come on man, like, let him shine, can a brother live? And we see right after that Zoro with his bandana that I can't get over, he's knocking shit away. So Zoro is serious, and when Zoro is serious, we already know. And thankfully, like, again, this seems like the climax. Honestly, I don't know how much more fighting we're going to get after this, when you got everybody from the worst generation that is here going up against Kaido and Big Mom, and then Zoro is with the bandana serious. It's serious. And it seems as though Zoro is really utilizing that Enma, because it seems as though like there was some really harsh shit that was coming at him, and he's just knocking it away, slicing mountaintops in half and shit like that. Like, yeah, Zoro's not playing. And then again, the collective just continues to dominate on Kaido, which is why I started off this video saying that I think if it was just all of them against Kaido, Kaido would have already probably took the L. Not even probably, he definitely would have already taken the L, because like first Luffy hits him with bam, Kong rifle, knocking him. Kid uses Slam Gibson. Even though he lost a lot of the scraps, he still had a lot to just start slamming Kaido around, like, yo. And then Law following that up with Gamma knife, saying, yo fam, I'm going straight for the heart. Like, where they do that at? When? Yo, it's been so long since I've felt like this for a One Piece battle. I'd argue, okay, maybe the Luffy versus Katakuri battle, that was pretty intense as well, but just not on this level. Not on this level where, you know, again, we've had so many hundreds and hundreds of chapters of building up to this very moment. And Kaido this is, I want to say, the second time now, maybe third time that he's recognized that they're not just jokes. He's like, yo, they're more than just like the loudmouth shonen MCs. Like, they actually can back shit up, and that's good because, you know, we've had how much training in this particular point. Like, some people, I've seen the complaint, and there is some validity to it. I'm not even gonna deny that yo, Luffy was one-shotted, one-hit KO by Kaido, but it's just a testament to what that Udon prison training did and what he learned with Hyogoro. Like, he was with a master there, Hyogoro, in the most intense and extreme circumstances of prison, focusing and training every day. So yeah, Luffy's gonna come out of that an absolute animal. And then this was a second example of like, yo, why I gotta be Kid and Killer again? Like, what's up with that? Thankfully, it wasn't as egregious as I felt for Kid and Killer throughout this arc in general. But Killer follows up. He's like, bam, okay, the other three, they just did their thing. Let's do it. And then Killer tries to use what was it, Scyther Sonic, but he is stopped after what I think he actually got in some blows. But Big Mom uses Indra Lightning and shocks the shit out of him, and I'm like, oh goddamn. I mean, I get it, Luffy, Law, and Kid were able to do their thing, and you think about it, it kind of separates from the big boys, because at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, Killer is really dope, but I still look at him like he was still technically under Kid's thumb. He might be a badass, he might be essentially the Zoro to Kid's Luffy. But yeah, I mean, that just showcases that Kid and them are on a higher level because they didn't have that happen. Well, at the very least in the beginning, but you could also argue that, yo, he was caught by surprise because Big Mom is being the wedge that is stopping them from taking the total win. And I love it because the action was just, again, like I've been saying, non-stop. Luffy hitting with a Rhino Schneider, Zoro telling Law like, yo, launch me up there. And then, of course, a little bit of comedy. Just, I don't know, the last 3 chapters, Oda said, okay, 1000, we're not stopping, because then we get a little bit of the comedy of Law like, yo, I'm not your personal servant. I'll send you up there, but stop commanding me, goddammit. Which, you gotta think, it's been how many hundreds of chapters of almost, again, a lot of people have said like, yo, what if Law becomes a Straw Hat? And now we're finally getting Law saying, I've had enough of that chitter chatter. I am a boss, okay, goddammit. I don't take orders. So see the comedy there. It's like, he's probably had this built up for hundreds and hundreds of chapters now. And again, Big Mom being the buffer that has saved Kaido. Like, he would have lost. Like, we would have already had a 1, which, again, honestly, I thought it was going to be like a whole damn army. I thought we were going to have the army from like Dressrosa show up to take these people down. So to see that these guys all together collectively are actually giving Kaido a run for his money, it's freaking nuts. It's honestly, it's shocking. That's why I keep talking about it. Because as Zoro is like trying to finish this whole shit, which I got an idea and a theory in a second that I'm going to tell you guys, Big Mom warns him like, yo, Kaido, that sword is no joke. That's not an ordinary sword. Don't get hit. And basically Zoro misses with the Enma sword. And to be honest with you, I feel as though, like, if you look at everything that just transpired, right? Luffy got a giant hit in, Kid got a giant hit in, Law got a giant hit in, even Killer managed to connect before he was struck down. The only one that missed was Zoro. A lot of people have gone back and forth on whether or not Zoro could be the one to take down Kaido. I really hope it is. I hope at the very least he pierces him, which gives enough for him to be weakened for Luffy to hit him with the final blow. Or the 3 of them, Luffy, Kid, and Law, hit him with the final blows. But either way, I truly think like it just was interesting that everybody got their blows off except Zoro, because Zoro's is the one that is going to finish it all off. Like, yo, imagine it goes a step further and Zoro's shit is so strong with Enma that he chops Kaido in half. He doesn't just pierce his chest, he chops the motherfucker in half. That would be so freaking awesome and insane, and I would love it, and Zoro deserves it. I don't care. But Big Mom, which I kind of wish she wasn't here. Like, I get it. Yeah, it actually makes it a little bit more deadly and dangerous, but she's hitting everybody with lightning. Luffy gets struck by it. Kid blocks it. I think Law, he either evaded it but was still shocked, or he completely evaded it, but I want to say he evaded it and got like slightly shocked or whatever. Everybody is getting hit by the lightning, but Big Mom's dumbass is like, Straw Hat, Mugiwara, how are you still moving? I just hit you. Bitch, you don't know that he's rubber? Like, I'm just genuinely there imagining Luffy saying, you fat bitch, you dumb, stupid cunt. Like, how is Luffy schooling you? You know something's wrong. Like, Big Mom, anyway, she's always been characterized that way, but like, god damn. The thing that kind of threw me for a loop, and I don't know if it's just that he was that damn good or what's up there, when Luffy gets hit by Kaido's blast breath, and he's like, that's not affecting you either. Totally 100% understand why the lightning didn't affect him, but what was up with that? Was it a trick that Law used, like, on Luffy or something? Like, why didn't the blast breath, like, completely KO Luffy right there? Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, I get it, he's strong and shit like that, but that should have at the very least knocked him out. But Luffy, for some reason or another, screams out guts. He's thinking about Berserk in the middle of this battle. No, but he uses Kong Gatling and starts pounding on Kaido. Man, I did not expect this fight to go this way. I did not expect it at all. I think honestly the numbers is playing a big one. I think that the numbers of these strong ass pirates of the worst generation working together, not fighting, they're actually genuinely working together in unison is what's helping them to do this. And mind you, they're still not by any means like, what have they really done to Big Mom, for example? Big Mom has just been chilling there, jumping in like a little sidekick, so to speak, to Kaido. She hasn't really gotten hurt. So Big Mom is still totally fine. And Kaido is just because his giant forms, like both of his forms are so giant. The dragon form, he's just like a giant target. So like they're going to be able to hit him regardless and connect, which I honestly say he should just go to his normal form. And I don't know why he went back to the dragon form. I guess it's probably like supposed to be stronger, but I don't know. Either way, this fight, it's bananas that they are all actually getting in, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I could see at the very least Kaido falling. Big Mom, a little bit of different story, but Kaido, he's getting his shit rocked. And I'm curious what you guys think about this. The biggest thing of all, two big things I guess I'll ask. First of all, the thing that I mentioned in the beginning of this one, do you think if Big Mom wasn't there, this fight already would have been over and Kaido would have fallen to these freaking monsters of the worst generation? Also, do you think there's a possibility that Zoro will not only pierce Kaido, but slice this motherfucker in half? And your thoughts and expectations for One Piece with chapter 1003 and beyond. I can't believe the amount of action. I'm still shocked. Like, One Piece, when it wants to do something like this, it does it very, very well. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yo, the worst generation, baby, they are kicking major ass, and I am all here for it.
So just go to